I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport. She carried a heavy load for our sport.
Honestly, no disappointment. Like, I think it just gives you something to work for. That's a dream. Hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember.
Caitlin Clark finally commands the attention she has long deserved, as Team USA publicly admits the blunder of overlooking her. Who could have imagined she wouldn't make the initial roster? Fans have been warning for years that such a misstep was inevitable. Whether you're a newcomer to women's basketball or a dedicated longtime supporter, the signs were impossible to ignore. Now, the organization faces the fallout and has issued a formal apology. Clark herself described the situation as having unleashed a monster, according to her Indiana coach. Renowned sports columnist and best-selling author Christine Brennan has been following this drama closely. In her USA Today column, she remarked, "In 4 decades covering the Olympics, I've witnessed poor athlete and team selections, but this mistake ranks as the worst by far. Yet perhaps it shouldn't surprise us, since a handful of amateurs still exert influence over the Olympics, often making these exact errors." Jam Hill, contributor for The Atlantic, noted, "While not every decision warrants an overreaction, it's evident that she will eventually secure her rightful spot on an Olympic team, and deservedly so, since the USA now deeply regrets passing on her, a choice they will ultimately lament." Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith also highlighted a key point I completely agree with: understanding the marketing and business side of sports is critical, and in this case, they utterly failed in that respect.
I ain't apologizing! You make decisions, marketing. I want people watching. I want eyeballs. I want advertising dollars. Why? Because he'll get paid. Y'all will get paid. And guess who else will get paid? You see where I'm coming from? That's what it's about. Stop acting otherwise. We know this. You don't sit up there and pass on Caitlin Clark. It was stupid, Team USA. It was a dumb decision. There's always somebody that's a sacrificial lamb. I respect the hell out of Rebecca Lobo and what she broke down. I understand it. It was a stupid decision because it compromises what your ultimate goal is, which is to elevate the WNBA.
It's impossible to ignore that Caitlin Clark draws massive attention, even if some still fail to recognize her influence. I completely agree with Stephen A. Smith. You don't need a business degree, a marketing major, or any formal education to grasp her impact. When she pulls in viewers, putting her on Team USA's women's basketball roster, watched by millions worldwide, would only elevate the sport's popularity and global reach. Yet, for reasons that remain puzzling, she was inexplicably left off the roster. That's why I strongly disagree with this clip, which claims Diana Taurasi was strictly opposed to Caitlin Clark taking a major role.
Reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all.
Hints circulated that the star player's dominance at the University of Iowa might not instantly translate to the WNBA level. Adding fuel to the speculation, some claimed Cheryl Reeve harbored personal issues during matchups between the Minnesota Lynx and Indiana Fever. Her behavior made it obvious, she was clearly not one of Clark's strongest advocates.
It's all around the league. But as a coach of the home team, there's going to be a lot of people cheering for that other side.
I'll get 2 shits.
How about 1?
Not even 1 shit.
Here's the inside story on why Caitlin Clark was left off Team USA's roster for the 2024 Olympics. The announcement stunned many, as few expected the 22-year-old superstar to be overlooked, but Jen Roddy, chair of the Women's National Team Committee, has now shed some light. She explained that the Paris squad selection followed a strict set of detailed criteria, with factors like television ratings and popularity completely excluded. This dealt a major setback to Clark, one of the WNBA's most popular stars, consistently selling out arenas and drawing huge audiences. It seems counterintuitive, especially given the Olympics' massive marketing potential for the host country. Over the past 3 years, USA Basketball has emphasized media impact, yet the committee evaluated Clark and other players solely on their complete body of work. Roddy emphasized that while Clark had unique circumstances, she appreciated that the panel adhered strictly to the established guidelines, intentionally leaving marketability and TV viewership out of the decision-making process. The committee was instructed to ignore external pressures and select the 12 players solely according to these rules, with the goal of securing an 8th consecutive gold medal and a 10th overall since 1984. Roddy highlighted that the panel's mission was to assemble the team entirely based on these defined standards. The journey to the Team USA roster actually started 3 years ago, back when Caitlin Clark was dominating the NCAA. The committee assessed players on a wide range of factors, including U.S. citizenship, on-court skills, versatility, coachability, attitude, ability to adapt to team strategies, leadership, adjustment to international competition, and overall potential contribution to team success. It's unclear exactly which criteria Clark supposedly fell short on, but she maintains she isn't discouraged and plans to use the experience as fuel for her future performance. Another reason cited for leaving her off the roster was reportedly to avoid upsetting fans with limited playing time. However, the deeper issue seems to be that some veteran WNBA players were protecting their positions and hesitant to see her thrive, even though legends like Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, and Breanna Stewart all represented Team USA before playing a single WNBA game. Clark was essentially following in their footsteps, yet she handled the situation with remarkable grace and professionalism. Despite missing out on the U.S. women's basketball team for the Olympics, she hasn't let it dampen her spirits. She actively cheered for Team USA during the 2024 Paris Games and watched as many games as possible. Clark, now with the Indiana Fever, even joked about skipping practice just to catch more action, saying the experience has made her more motivated and determined than ever. Caitlin Clark is turning this disappointment into fuel, viewing it as an opportunity to train harder and prepare for her next big chance. For years go by fast, she reflected, highlighting just how quickly time passes. She's channeling this setback to pursue her ultimate goal, joining Team USA in the future. Recently, Team USA faced Japan, and attendance numbers revealed an interesting pattern. Only 13,040 fans showed up, compared with 27,200 for Japan and a record crowd for Spain versus China. One fan even held a sign reading, "You need Caitlin Clark to beat us," underscoring her growing popularity. Meanwhile, Nigeria versus Australia drew 24,023 spectators, showing that Team USA's turnout was surprisingly low despite their 102-76 win. While Clark's presence may not be strictly necessary to secure victory, it clearly has the power to attract far more fans. This situation highlights the deliberate effort to exclude her, and the reasoning that her inclusion might upset fans over playing time seems far less convincing given her massive social media influence. Dee Staley, a committee member, admitted in an NBC Sports interview that the decision weighed heavily on them. Staley also pointed out that if the committee were making the choice now, Clark's recent stellar performances, averaging 17.9 points and 10.4 assists per game, including a record 19-assist game, would have made her a top contender. These comments suggest that leaving Clark off the roster may have been a missed opportunity, especially considering the potential boost her presence could bring to Team USA's pursuit of an 8th consecutive gold medal. Caitlin Clark being left off Team USA wasn't just another roster choice, it quickly became a landmark moment for women's basketball. The decision highlighted both how far the sport has come and how much progress still lies ahead. Declining viewership, empty seats, public backlash, and even committee members expressing regret show that Clark's absence didn't just remove a player, it drained momentum from the team. Her influence extends far beyond points and assists. She fills arenas, breaks TV records, inspires fans, and brings an energy to the game that can't be manufactured. The low attendance at Team USA's Olympic Games, along with fans holding signs saying, "You need Caitlin Clark," underscores her impact even off the court. Through all the criticism, drama, and speculation, Clark has responded with remarkable composure, maturity, and drive. No complaints, no bitterness, no excuses, just a calm understanding that her moment will come. "For years come fast," she noted, a statement that reinforces why she's not just a star, but a future icon. Meanwhile, the committee has held firm, insisting that marketability and global reach were never factors in their decision. What do you think? How will her absence affect Team USA's performance and viewership, and will she secure a spot on the Olympic team in 4 years? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with all the latest sports more news. Next up, Clark and the Indiana Fever take on Diana Taurasi and the Phoenix Mercury on August 16th. Don't miss that thrilling matchup. Love her or not, the world already recognizes exactly what Caitlin Clark brings to the game. Fans notice it, broadcasters notice it, the league notices it, and even the Olympics, whether they admit it or not, felt the absence of the sport's most talked about player on the world's biggest stage. Yet here's the most striking part. Caitlin didn't just watch Team USA, she studied them, supported them, and used every moment as fuel to get better. With her rapid improvement, record-breaking performances, and growing spotlight, it's impossible not to wonder what the next 4 years will bring. Will Team USA adapt their roster decisions to this new era of the WNBA? Will her enormous global following influence future selections? And will Caitlin Clark return not just as a contender, but as the face of the Olympic team? History shows that athletes who face setbacks like this don't disappear, they come back louder, stronger, and more unstoppable than ever. Now it's your turn. Do you think leaving Caitlin Clark off the roster hurt Team USA's performance or viewership? Was it a missed opportunity to grow women's basketball worldwide? Do you believe she'll not only make the next Olympic team but dominate it when she does? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest sports updates, expert analysis, and behind-the-scenes stories. Share this video with fellow basketball fans and join the conversation. Let's see what the future holds for Caitlin Clark. The announcement stunned many, as few expected the 22-year-old superstar to be overlooked, but Jen Roddy, chair of the Women's National Team Committee, has now shed some light. The committee was instructed to ignore external pressures and select the 12 players solely according